So I'm just measuring the bottom of the compound for the new angle plate thingy. And this is where it's going to go. I've got a couple of T-bolts and then there's a pin here it's got to go over. That bit will be turned circular. I don't know if this will stand up or not. This bit will basically, on the 3.5 inch side, will be standing around about there somewhere. It won't stand up because I haven't filed the edges off of them. I'm not going to. I might grind them a little bit. So that's going to stand up there like that. So I can hold it. Get a bit better. And then these two will be there. So it stays. But they won't be touching each other, those two. There'll be one side and one the other with a gap in the centre. And when that is finished, I'll be able to remove the compound slide, put this on in its place. It will be able to spin round to any angle you want and lock into position, and then that'll be a face plate. So that'll be the face plate for you to bolt things to that you can mill in the lathe. Anyhow, I can finish that by hand, or I can finish that with a milling device. And I thought it'd be good fun to do this. So now I'm going to see how close to 90 degrees I have got them. I don't know how close they are, but I am going to find out. So I have some plans that I'm working from to make my milling slide. And this is the plate at the bottom. Got a really smooth finish on there now. Proper slippy slidey. I haven't measured the size of the holes here yet. I've got the width between the centres to set up now. I've got to bore this hole 7/50. Got to make the slug to press in there, because this 6mm plate will not cover the little tip that's sticking out into the centre there. So I've got no thicker plate, otherwise I'd have made it a thicker plate, and I overdrilled the size of the hole. I wasn't too bothered about it showing out, but now it's oversized. I'm going to bore it out to 3/4, make a 3/4 slug, and then bore out the centre of that slug about halfway into it at 435. So I was boring this out, and the drawings specify 750, and I was aiming for 750, and I got the boring bar in and I pushed it through at 1, and I was at around about 730, and I could have measured it, and I did with this. So there's nothing wrong with these, it's just I hadn't zeroed them. They were 13th thou out. So I ended up with a hole 0.766, just measured it. 0.766 and a bit, I think. 0.766 and a few tenths. Without moving it. I should get it on that. Where we're looking. 9, are you sure? 0.765 and 9 tenths. There you go. So 0.766. I'm going to do this slug to 0.767, and that should be a good press fit in there. Bar. And it is 0.783. I've zeroed the gauge out this time. I'm going to measure it with the micrometer. which gives me 20 thou to play with, well 15 thou to play with, which will clean up the surface, the mill scale, hopefully. If not, I'll have to find another piece. And the other bit I've got is an old shock absorber stem, and that's 783. Right, after many more hours of faffing around, I got the bushing made. Four, 3, 5, no, 4, 3, 4 and 5/10. So 5/10 over the 4, 3, 4, which the pin is. Should be a slip fit. I haven't tried it yet. If it isn't, it's ballsed. I had to improvise a boring bar to bore that out. And there's the improvised finish. It's not great, but it's okay. And 767, yep, 767 to 7675. It just likes to start. It won't press in with my fingers, and it gets stuck on the chamfers. Should be a good press fit. It presses in from the other side. And I faced off this, which should be the face plate. It's a bit rough. It undulates a little bit. I'm just going to check it for flatness and see how flat it is. Hopefully it's flat. Well, I've made a mandrel. You can see the mandrel being held in the chuck. And that's to hold this face plate. It looks like it's spinning pretty true. Yeah then, there we go. Now I can cut it out and maybe even face it off a little bit. Oh man, is this good fun. This is like trepanning across the surface, going side to side to make it like a trepan cut. And I'm nearly through. And halfway through now, I think. It's in back gear, so I can't really turn it very easily. I'll bring the camera around there, can't I? Yeah, looking like we're halfway through. It's a 100mm cut I'm making there approximately. I should have about 4mm to clean up after I've made all this mess that I'm making. The tips going everywhere, there's chattering, I've got it in back gear, we're in about 100 RPM. Oh, it's great fun. I haven't got this camera mount, so I can't do anything to show you. It's quite entertaining. As you can hear in the background, the T is on. Got a little bit ahead of myself, not to worry. That's the arbor I turned. That diameter is a very tight slip fit into that, and it's pressed together. And I got a little bit ahead of myself, I pressed it together, and I used to mark it out. I've just put some marking out blue on it. Now I'm going to have to do 2 parallel lines and do some weird crap to keep the 2 bolt holes in line. Oh, happy days. Anyway, to mark these out now, I've got this pin. I know the width of it, oh, by the way, it's not on. So it's pressed in nicely. I haven't cleaned it out yet, don't need to until it's ready to go together. Anyway, the balance now, it is balancing. Anyway, so I know the width of this pin, so I'm going to put my dividers on and scratch that side, then come across here, flip them over, and then scratch that side. But then I've got to get them parallel, in line. Great. Need a line which goes straight through the centre with a pin in. I could push the pin back out again, but we know what happens when you start pushing things in and out. They wear and it becomes a bit slack and it falls out and swear words happen. Right, I'm basically happy with that. 1.5 thou too close together. So long as I drill the holes 3/4 of a thou bigger than what they need to be, they will fit. So here we go, get an idea what it's going to look like. Bit of space for a vise in the front there, some sort of vise. Not to be too much, it's nice and central where it is, the pivot point. To be fair, if where's my T-nut? Where is my T-nut? If I can find a way of clamping it like that to the front there, should be able to go zip, 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 zip. Obviously just the height. We might get a bit of angle line and clamp it this side, clamp it that side, and then clamp that to the angle line. Whatever's required. Just for quickness. For today or tomorrow. There we go. Loosen these bolts off a little bit. Oh, just take this lot off. It spins a lot easier without the magnets on. Hold on, hold on. He said. So nip it up and loosen it up a bit. And there we go. A little fly. Excellent. Very happy with that. So I just measured it on the surface plate, and there's a 4 thou taper. It's consistent all the way down there, like that. Start at 0 there, ends up at 4 thou down there. Measured it in 3 places, exactly the same. Now this way, there's a 10 thou taper. But you have got to imagine, the other side is a rolled surface. I can't tell you if the surface is really very flat. All I can tell you is I've got equivalent readings down there, down there, down there. Down there, and down there. Equivalent. And first welding job. I'm thinking I'll get the old rickety chair which falls to pieces out. I need to get that out of the way anyway to get the engine crane back in. And weld that up. Because I need that ASAP. So I didn't want to leave the scale on it, so I'll just give them a quick sanding, give them some weld prep down the corners, help penetrate in. She will be like that, and show that I've put the markings on the front of this so I know that I've got 4 thou minus, so when I'm putting it on I'm going to have to tilt it out a little bit. Obviously that was exaggerated. There we go, and it's going to look something like that when it's done. Something like that. And there we have it. Still red hot. And it's nearly perfect. As suspected, I will probably have to fly cut it. First the front here, but for what I need it for, once it's cooled down, those small tack welds, although they're a bit bodgy, should hold, I don't know, some gaps in them. Maybe. We'll see. If not, that was a lot of work for no reason. No, I can throw it back in with some TIG if it's good and it hasn't warped the base too much. I don't know. It's hard to tell because I don't know how flat the new welding table is. It's obviously not going to be a surface plate, is it? But it seems to be running smooth on the table. The table's massive. It's absolutely massive. And there's going to be 2 of these. Sweet. Good grief. Good grief. All to make a roof. It is on. It is on. All I need now is a Whitworth spanner. So over a metric spanner, then I can adjust it easier with it. Because it's not 11, it's not 12. The welding ain't the best in the world, but doesn't matter what it looks like, it matters how it holds, and we're going to find out shortly. So I need to indicate the facing, get it indicated in. Then once it's indicated in and perfectly great, I think I'm going to put a scribe mark on for a 0. I think. Yeah, I think a scribe mark for the 0 would be good. And yeah, look at those welds, the classics. Classic welds. Too much wire going in. Not enough heat. Oh yeah. Not to worry. There's no weld on the front here. I didn't want to weld the front of this up here. Could have done. Didn't want to. Yeah, it's not quite as good as what it was before I welded it. Definitely pulled, but that should give it some extra stability maybe. I've just nipped the nuts up by hand, that's took most of the play out. Yeah, I just took all the rock out just by locking them up by hand. So I think at that we can, yeah, just nip it up a bit more than that, and we can tap it in with the dial test indicator. Right, I'm going to do that. Oh, got my new camera mount. Could do it with my new camera mount. Awesome. All the things I got done today. Let's stick it. Holding you by hand. Got a camera mount. Oh, it's wicked. Oh yeah. I don't know. Sweet. Okay, here we go. Press record. That's great. Awesome. Here's me messing about, going backwards and forwards and press record. Right, so we're done. Let's start there. We're at 23 hundredths of a millimetre, up to 30 there. And it comes back. Got a bit of a dip in the centre. And it comes back to 23 hundredths. That's perfect. And obviously it's concaved. It's not flat, it's not square anymore, but it is, that's square and level. As long as I get the thing in the centre. saw the original figure, it was 70, and I write it round, it was 100,000 over 70. So I knocked it back to half that distance. Blah blah blah. Job's a good one. I really need to get a BSF spanner. Right, that's a 22. Dip in the centre. And 22. So when he gets into the dip there,